Hi everyone, Elaine here. Welcome back once again to Elaine's Gardening and Cooking channel. Today it's another indoor show, I know. I'm sorry, we haven't got much choice. It's sunny out there, but it's still pretty cold. So anyway, today's show will be another little brief one, but one that I hope that you'll enjoy. Today I've got some beautiful mint plants that I'm going to prune, and I'm going to root them in some good old ground cinnamon. So I have some pots here all ready to accept them. Now, if you can see in the camera there, I hope you'll see a couple of little shoots coming up here and two larger leaves. So cut just below there, cut it on a bit of a V, excuse me. Take off those little bottom leaves. Smells nice. Now, all we have to do is just dip it in the cinnamon and then plant it. So I've got these already filled. So I'm just going to make the little holes to put my cuttings in. There we are. Okay, there's the first one. Tamp it down a little bit. And these are just being planted in the little biodegradable pots. You just plant them pot and all when you put them into the ground. You can root mint this way, or you can also just tie them down to the ground because they spread out adventitious roots. And anywhere where the stem touches, it will also start to send down roots as well. I have a whole pile of mint plants out just beside my driveway. It all started with 6 little plants. And you should see it now. The whole side of the driveway is totally filled. And some of the plants have also spread to across the driveway on the other side. So that's pretty good. Okay, these are getting a little bit too leggy. This will help them to develop more shoots as well. And it's really simple. Just dip it in your cinnamon, plant, tamp it down. Okay, there's more on there on this plant, so I'm going to trim that off. That's really about all there is to it. Within a week to 10 days, you'll notice that there's a little bit of pull. If you were to try to pull these a little bit, you'll notice that there's a little bit of pull in there. And that's a very good indication that roots have started to form underneath. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I have a bit of a frog in my throat today. And once they start rooting, then you're safe to put them out in the garden once you can get working the soil. So these will just stay in these starter pots, go directly into the soil from the starter pots. And just carry on from there. And just by buying 2 mint plants, you can end up with a whole pile of mint plants by doing this. Doesn't harm your plant at all to trim it. In fact, it encourages more growth. Okay, there's 2 more long ones here. I'm going to trim down. And those leaves that I'm just cutting off there, the larger leaves, hey, they can go into mint tea. Or you can use the leaves in a salad. Why not? just make sure that when you cut just below those little nodes, those little baby leaves that are coming up there. Cut those, trim off your excess, your bottom leaves, and that's what you're left with. Dip it into your cinnamon plant, tamp it down, and I have these in a tray that I can just water from the bottom, because these little starter pots all have holes in the bottom, and plus they're very porous, so accept the water anyway. There they are. They're going to play the floating game on me for a minute or two until they get good and wet on the bottom ends. And then other than that, that's all we have to do. There's 8 more baby plants that we've started from these 2. Hey, now that's what I call multiplication. Instead of going out and buying 8 mint plants, hey, just do it this way. Okay, that's the show for today. I know it's a brief one, but I warned you it was going to be brief. Don't worry, once we start getting outside, they'll be longer. Okay, thank you so much for joining. In the meantime, you have a good day. Happy gardening. Bye.